G'day. It's Dan here again. I thought I might just show you some ways that I like to move to encourage getting into the body, out of the head, what I call arriving in the body. And it's good to do maybe if you feel like you've been stuck in your head a little bit, if you've been working on a computer or just losing contact with your physical body. And it's also good to coordinate your breathing with your body movement. So just starting and standing with your feet hip width apart and just starting to shift your weight forwards and backwards, from side to side, any direction you want really, but you're trying to be aware of the sensations happening in your feet as well as being aware of your breathing. Now I suggest that you try to combine diaphragm breathing, so relaxing your abdomen and breathing forwards into your abdomen as you breathe in to allow space for the diaphragm to come down, and also breathing sideways into the ribs, opening up your intercostal muscles, even breathing all the way around to the back. What I wouldn't necessarily suggest is breathing up into the top of your lungs. It's not as much oxygen exchange going on there. So trying to keep your breathing down, more into your centre and into your sides. So again, we're shifting the weight forwards and back, rolling around. From here, just softening into your knees. So keeping your attention in your knees and your feet, noticing what parts of your feet are in contact with the floor. At the same time, you're focusing on breathing. Moving up into your hips. Now for this one, you can keep your knees straight and roll around the hip joints. So imagine the ball and socket joint rolling around. It's a great thing about synovial joints in the body that the more you move them, the more they lubricate. So any kind of movement you can do with your joints helps to lubricate the joints, get the juices flowing. Noticing how far around you can go. You definitely don't want to experience any pinching or any pain, but just notice how far you can move your hips around. And next, bend your knees, and this time keeping your knees just slightly bent, doing a little bit of pelvic movement, tucking your tail under and flattening your back, and then arching. Again, it doesn't have to be a big range of motion, just noticing those two movements, and can you breathe at the same time. And I'm going a little bit fast, but when you're doing this, you want to sort of go a little bit more slowly. Going side to side. It's a bit of a salsa dancing kind of move, which men often struggle to do. But here you want to try to use your tummy muscles, moving your hips from left to right. Really what you're doing is elongating one side, where the hips are just dropping away from the ribs, going from side to side. And then combining those two together, rolling around. Some people don't like my analogies, but sometimes I like to use an analogy that you're making a cake with your hips. So you're sort of scooping all the ingredients around in a bowl, breathing, using your tummy muscles, maybe getting in contact with your buttock muscles as you tuck your tail under. You're also trying to sort of stand up fairly tall in your upper body, so you're not at the moment letting yourself collapse. So we've done the feet, bit of the knees, bit of the hips, bit of the pelvis. Now let's come up a bit higher. So this time, just doing a little bit of side bending from left to right. It's really important here to keep your knees slightly unlocked and gently engage your pelvic floor muscles, around about a sort of 20% effort, which helps to engage with the deep stomach muscles. And you can use a little bit more stomach muscle activation to really support your body as you're doing that. It also might be nice to collapse your chest down and lift your chest up, just rounding and lifting, rounding and lifting. And again, it's up to you how fast you go. Good. And from there, just doing different kinds of movements with your torso, and notice how that might affect your breathing. Notice how easy or difficult it is not to involve the shoulders. Can you let your arms just hang by your side while you breathe and roll around? And again, you definitely don't want to experience any discomfort or pain while you're doing this, but maybe you can notice a bit of stiffness, a bit of tightness in your muscles. Let's get into the shoulders now. So rolling the shoulders around, breathing. And with this, you could actually time your breathing with your movement. So you could breathe in as you lift up and breathe out as you roll around. And you can also include your elbows coming into it more. And stretching your hands right up. So by now, ideally, you should definitely be really in contact with your body. Getting a sense of your breathing and your moving. Might be nice to do a little bit of neck movement. So pretty much just travelled from the feet up through the body. And something that you could almost start with, but certainly finish with, is then just seeing how many joints you can move at the same time, very gently and slowly, and breathing at the same time. A little bit of support through your centre. Might lead into a bit of yawning. Almost end up being a bit like a pandiculation, which I've done in a previous video. What's also nice to get into the body is a bit of shaking. Letting your breath go, letting your jaw relax. All right. Well, thanks for that. See you in the next video.